Good morning, good morning, good morning. We are in day two of the college football playoffs. Salute everyone. Salute, salute, salute. It is playoff Saturday in college football. It is playoff Saturday in college football. As you can see, the marquee matchup, the main event matchup of the day is the first one down in College Station between the Texas A&M Aggies and the Miami Hurricanes. Miami Hurricanes will be traveling to College Station to take on the Texas A&M Aggies. The Tulane Green Waves will be traveling to Ole Miss to take on the Ole Miss Rebels, and the James Madison Dukes will be traveling to Eugene, Oregon to take on the Oregon Ducks. Salute everybody. Want to thank all of you for coming out. Make sure you hit that like button. And let me start off by saluting and say good morning to my partner in crime here, D Truth, my co-host. Salute to you, brother. I think he had to step away, but let's go ahead and get into it. Last night, when I tell you the Oklahoma fans, and my heart goes out to the Oklahoma fans because when I tell you they put on a spectacle. I've never seen Norman, Oklahoma, and a home game of the University of Oklahoma. Never seen an atmosphere like that. They rolled out the red carpet for their Sooners. They even had 50 Cent as the halftime show. Many men. He saw many men because, Oklahoma's slogan is hard to kill. It's us against the world. Oklahoma was Oklahoma against the world because no one really believed that the Oklahoma Sooners would get as far as they did. No one believed that the Oklahoma Sooners would make it to the playoffs. They were dealt a tough hand, a very tough schedule um, this season. And no, me myself personally, I had them going 7-5, 8-4 at best. So and then you also got to add in the fact, it's hard to beat a team twice in one season, but to do it three in a row, and also it's just a couple of things. Brent Venables, although he has playoff experience as a coordinator, he does not have any playoff experience as a head coach. Where Kalen DeBoer has has experience as a head coach as a playoff. He took the Washington Huskies to the playoffs. They won the Sugar Bowl against Texas, the Texas Longhorns, and they went to the national championship game and lost to Michigan, Jim Harbaugh and those Michigan Wolverines. But I must say, I would have to say, looking at that game and looking at first of all, let me salute the chat here real quick. I'm being rude. Let me salute the chat here real quick. Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. JYD Dog. Salute to you. Salute, salute, salute. And one of my favorite wrestlers back in the days. His name was the JYD, the Junkyard Dog. So salute to you, bro. Salute. Buckeye 2K. Salute to you. Salute. Buckeye says shots fired. Buckeye says, speaking as a Buckeye fan, we want them Canes. That's what Buckeye said. Speaking as a Buckeye fan, we want them Canes. Salute to your top dog. Top dog says both Bama and OU suck. Not impressed with either team. They say Indiana's going to destroy that weak Tide secondary. Also said Mendoza will have a field day on that Tide defense. Mr. G Dog 706 says Sooners choked away a 17-point lead. Saw that before. Flashback to the 2018 Rose Bowl game. Absolutely. Top Dog says facts. 225 girl, what's going on, baby girl? Salute to you. Happy Saturday to you. She said Oklahoma gave away the game. Bama won, but didn't beat them. On to Indiana for them. Yes, and congratulations. They're on to the Rose Bowl. Common Sense TV, what's going on, brother? Common Sense TV says, roll MF Tide. No team will beat us 3 times in a row. I don't know if that's a troll, but welcome, whoever you are. Armando, what's up, fool? Bacard Obama, salute, 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 said Oklahoma, what was that? Ricardo Obama says, Oklahoma, what was that? Miss Chicago, salute to you. Salute, salute, salute. I'll tell you what that was, ladies and gentlemen. And I broke it down on the dog call on Thursday about my biggest concerns about Oklahoma. My biggest concerns about Oklahoma is lack of offense. They have no offense. Um, as bad as Bama's run game has been this year, Oklahoma has to have one of the worst run games out of all the teams in the playoffs. James Madison, I do believe James Madison, and I think they're going to take an L today, in my opinion. But I guarantee you, James Madison will have more rushing yards on the ground than Oklahoma did last night against Bama. That run game is terrible. They Robinson and Blaylock. I'm gonna be honest with you. Their scholarships should be revoked. That's how terrible they were. And not only were they terrible running the ball, but you had a wide open touchdown. The ball hit you right in the hand. Rule of thumb in football: if the quarterback throws you the ball and the ball hits you in the hand, you should catch it. I don't give a damn how hard the wind is blowing. I don't care if the game is on the big stage or whatever. If the quarterback throws you the ball and puts the ball in your hands, puts it in the bread basket, we call it the bread basket. They put it in your hand. You should catch it. There's no excuse. Um, Oklahoma's defense. They have an elite pass rush, but that entire defense is not elite. I've said it many times before. That secondary is gettable. That secondary is their weakness because they have undersized DBs. Um, I think their tallest DB might be 5'8". So that's a huge mismatch when you're going up against 5'8", five. I'm sorry, not 5'8". Well, 6 foot, 6'2" receivers, and I'm being generous because had they would have gotten past Bama and went to the Rose Bowl, you going up against Cooper and Surratt. Both of those guys are well over 6'2". So um, my hat's off to Bama. It was a good game, but I'm not hating or anything like that. I you shouldn't have lost to them back in November. You back to Bama's. You did what you should have did about 3 or 4 weeks, a month ago. To be honest with you, you should have been. It should have been Bama playing Notre Dame or someone else, and Oklahoma should have been eliminated back in November. Um, this team is too one dimensional. Now, on the upside, Oklahoma fans, you have no reason to hold your head down. No reason at all to hold your head down. You should be proud of this team because, like I said last night in the pregame show, they overachieved. No one in Vegas had Oklahoma going to the playoffs. I damn sure didn't have them going to the playoffs. They overachieved. Hold your head up high. I see a bright future for this team. I think Venables do need to hit the portal. He needs to get a running back. He needs to get a couple of receivers. I'm hearing that John Mateer is going to return for his senior season, which would be huge for Oklahoma. I say you're pretty much set. Get some DBs on defense. Your front seven is straight. I wouldn't even touch your front seven, but get some DBs and get you a running back out of the portal. There's going to be plenty hella running backs available in the portal. Get you one. Get you maybe one or two. Get you one or two, and get you some receivers. Because Mateer, he can't throw the ball and catch it. He's going to need some help. He's going to need some players to catch the damn ball, and that's something that he doesn't have. But also, I would get him a tight end. If Venables need to do kind of something what Lane Kiffin did last year in the portal, he needs to be very aggressive in the transfer portal and get players out of the portal to help out John Mateer. Other than that, Oklahoma fans should be proud. Yes, last night was an embarrassing loss. You had a 17-point lead. Oklahoma fans were celebrating. I watched that game. They were celebrating. There was no sign. The way Oklahoma was playing, there was no sign of them losing or blowing that lead at any time in that game, in my opinion. But you can't turn the ball over
Yeah,
in those
you're right.
type of games. Go ahead, D2, man. I done ran my mouth for about 15 minutes up in the mute up and let you go ahead and have the floor.
I'm gonna say this right here, Alabama fan, be grateful. Don't gloat. Do not gloat. Cause one thing we know about and congratulations, but enjoy this win. Although Oklahoma they did what they did last night, Bama, y'all still got some issues. They Oklahoma turned the ball over. Oklahoma did this, gave Bama a short field, and Bama capitalized on it. One fault of Caleb DeBoer, Alabama team this year, I have seen they cannot drive the ball. They cannot sustain a drive. They cannot sustain the drive. I haven't seen it this year. Yeah, everybody gonna say, "Oh, they did against Auburn when they scored that winning touchdown." Yeah, yeah, they did it, but with the help of the referee, 50, 50 yard, 30-yard penalties, personal foul penalties, which was a ghost, which I didn't see it, which they could have let it went on. But I haven't seen Alabama sustain a drive. If Alabama cannot sustain a drive against Indiana, Indiana might put up big numbers against them. That's the only way I see Alabama getting back in that ball game because they had a short field. They did not have to drive the ball from the 20 to 25 to 15 or the 30 or the 35. Correct me if I'm wrong, Amondo. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, you're right. I was just going. Yeah, you're right, but it's not even about that. It's more about the turnovers.
Yeah, but
Now,
know what I'm saying?
Oklahoma.
It gave him a short field. Gave him a short field. Know what I'm saying? He gave him a short
Mhm.
field,
Oklahoma,
and Bama took advantage of it.
Oklahoma,
Bama took advantage of it. So hey, I give credit what credit would do.
yeah, they had Oklahoma. The thing about it is, left Oklahoma left 13 points on the field last night. Bama won by 10. The final score was 34-24. Okay, so Oklahoma left 13 points on the field. Let's count them. The wide open touchdown to Robinson, where Robinson, no Tide player, was nowhere near Robinson. Okay, let's just get that out the way. And then the two missed field goals. That's 13 points. Now you know Bama fans can sit here and say, "Well, Mondo, you hating." I'm not hating. It's facts. You left 13 points on the field. Oklahoma left 13 points on the field, and Oklahoma, anytime where you got the punter and the kicker screwing up in the same game, you have no chance in hell of winning that game. The punter dropping the damn ball, which was choked. He choked. He dropped it. He panicked. He dropped the damn ball. And um, the field goal kicker. And that kicker was the number one kicker in the nation. He just won a damn award, a national award, and he missed two kicks. So that was more of Oklahoma choking than
Yeah,
Bama winning. I like I said,
yeah,
I wasn't in. Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
yeah. I'm gonna say something else. And on that third and 10 and 39,
Mm,
when Material got outside the pocket and threw the ball to the running back when he could have ran for the first down,
mm.
that right there, that's a killer. Any other quarterback said, "Hey, I'm gonna get this first down right here and keep the drive alive." He tried to be greedy. Tried to
And
be greedy.
Yeah, yeah. And here's something that Clarence Banks Jr. just said, which is true. If you look at that game last night, it was like the first game in reverse because it was Bama in the first game back in November. Bama was making uncharacteristic mistakes, and Oklahoma capitalized on it. Where this time last night, Oklahoma was making uncharacteristic mistakes, and Bama capitalized on it. Oklahoma lost that game the same exact way Bama lost the game in November. But like I said, Oklahoma's run game is terrible. You're not winning, you're not getting far in the playoffs without a running game. And as and we're going to talk more about the Rose Bowl, but Indiana's a now. Here's another thing what Bama did. Here's Kane Womack, and by the way, Kane Womack was the MVP of the game because what he did was he got aggressive. He said, "There's no threat. Oklahoma receivers are no threat. None of them. You have no elite receivers for Oklahoma. You have no good running game." So what he did was because Bama been playing zone all season. They've been playing zone. They played man last night. They played man last night, and they freed up more pass rushers. Because if you take away John Mateer, you have nothing else. You have nothing else. You have nothing else. But Indiana's a totally different animal. Clarence Banks Jr. You see, you a delusional Tide fan. You probably think Bama could beat New England or Buffalo. You know, that's how delusional you are. But Indiana has a run game. They have Roman Hemby. They have a great tight end, Riley Nowitzki, Omar Cooper Jr., and Surratt. Good luck trying to play man on them. You might want to go back to playing zone. There's no way in hell they're going to play man on those two elite receivers, on Omar Cooper Jr. and Surratt. You're not playing man on them. And Mendoza, they got an O line. Indiana has an O line, one of the best O lines in the nation, blocking for that kid. That's why he was able to put up so many numbers this year, and that's why he was able to do what he did. Ohio State has an elite defense. They have playmakers all over their defense. And you saw what Indiana did to that Ohio State defense. So we'll see. We will see. We
Yeah,
will see.
yeah, like the right with Mendoza, he good under pressure. That's a he's.
Damn
I'm telling you,
pressure.
Mendoza,
Damn good.
Mendoza just like Pavir, good under pressure, and he can find a receiver. And one thing, like I said, Bama gonna have to get pressure on him without try not to sit a blitz. Cause you play zone, he gonna keep. I don't care what defense Bama play right. They play the old Indiana. They gonna get exposed again. But like I said, congratulations, Bama fan. Don't get your Bama fan. Do not get your hopes up of beating Indiana. I'm just
And
letting you know. Don't get
and
your
like
hopes up.
yeah, and like I said, I'm not hating, but you shouldn't have lost to Oklahoma back in November. Every Tide fan that's celebrating like you done beat you're celebrating like you done beat Ohio State or somebody. You beat a team that you should have beat a month ago. It is what it is. You had no business losing to Oklahoma a month ago. I picked you to beat Oklahoma in that game. I could pull the receipts up. You had no business losing that game to Oklahoma back in November. So what you did was you had a second chance at doing a job that you should have did back in November in the first place. You had no business losing that game. Those three turnovers were costly. In that first game, you had no business losing to Oklahoma back in November. You know it. I know it. The whole world knows it.
At the
You
end of
beat
the
a
game,
team last night that you should have beat a month ago.
Yeah,
I'm just keeping it. I'm just keeping it a buck. I'm
and
just keeping that wasn't Ohio State. That wasn't
yeah,
Indiana. That wasn't damn Texas A&M, and M, and the damn show wasn't Georgia. You beat a team that you should have beat. You beat a
yeah,
team that you should have beat a month ago. That's all you
and
did.
yeah, and the thing about it, and that money go to where they should have beat Oklahoma. Remember how Oklahoma won that game? They drove the ball to get the winning field goal.
Yeah, but
They should have beat them. That defense should have stopped them.
well, the thing was the plays that Oklahoma made back in November, they didn't make last night. They dropped balls, kind of similar to what Auburn did. They dropped balls, the punter choked, and the field goal kicker choked. Now, it's a win is a win. But if I'm a fan, I'm not really celebrating that kind of win too much. I'm not because you won, but you didn't really beat them. They beat themselves. It is what it is. I'm not hating. It is what it is. I will give credit when you beat a team decisively. When you beat a team, I would give you credit. But that kind of win like that last night, that was more Oklahoma choked that game away than Bama beating them. But hey, you did what you should have did a month ago. Now on to the Rose Bowl. And we're gonna start off with the Q&As. We're gonna start off with the Q&As. What cost Oklahoma the game last night? Turnovers.
Yeah,
Simple as
turnovers.
that. Turnovers.
Yeah,
Turnovers.
turnovers. Yeah, turnovers. You turn
Turnovers.
the ball over. If you turn the ball over at your own 40, 30, 35 yard line and giving the other team a
Mhm.
short field, you asking for trouble. And they got trouble. So, hey, I can agree with that, man. You agree on the same thing because that's what I've been to say. Giving a team a short field like that,
Mhm.
you're supposed to. And the part where your partner and your kicker is messing up. I have seen a game where the punter is doing their job, but the field goal kicker messing up, and the team still win the ball game. Or the field goal kicker, or the punter messed up, or the field goal kicker saved the game. But both with both, like I tell people, three elements to a ball game, right?
Mhm.
Offense, defense, and special teams. If both the punter and the field goal kicker messing up, you're not gonna win a ball game.
You have no chance in hell of winning. Let me say something real quick. Clarence Banks Jr., you picked Kentucky to beat us. Let me just let you pick Kentucky to beat us. You picked Mississippi State to beat us. You picked Ole Miss to beat us. You picked Auburn to beat us. You picked Texas to blow us out. Not just to beat us, but to blow us out. You picked Georgia Tech to beat us. And you picked your Tide to beat us by 3 touchdowns in Atlanta. So anytime you make dumb predictions like this, bro, it's laughable. It's laughable. I don't know who make the worst predictions, you or Roman Harper. I don't know who the more delusional Tide fan, you or Roman Harper. But keep on hating, brother. Keep on hating. I know that BTA still stinging from what happened in Atlanta. I know it still hurt. All right, man. Yeah, man. Turnovers was you ain't winning. You ain't beating the FCS team turning the damn ball over the way Oklahoma did last night. That could have been James Madison or Tulane, and they probably would have lost. Turner, your kicker choking, your kicker choked, your punter choked, your receivers dropping the balls, your running backs on the back of a milk cart. You ain't got a chance in hell of winning. Can Bama make a serious run in the playoffs? Yes or no? If they were on the other side of the bracket, if they were on the side, not the big boy side with us in Ohio State. If they were over there with Oregon and if they it put it like this, if their next opponent was Texas Tech, I would give them a shot. Okay, but Indiana, no, Indiana too strong. I'm sorry, Indiana's too strong. Indiana's too damn strong. Too strong. Too strong. So,
And then on top of that, on top of that, over there with Indiana, Texas Tech, uh, that if Oregon get past James and get past Texas Tech, that Texas Tech and Indiana, that's a strong that's a strong two teams that is really, if Indiana Texas Tech Indiana play in Alabama, what, the quarterfinals. Let's just say Alabama get past Indiana and wind up playing Texas Tech in the semifinals, right?
hmm
I'm going to say Indiana Texas Tech. The pressure ain't going to be on them. Although one is ranked number one and one is ranked number four. Who the pressure going to be on in them games?
anytime the pressure's on both, the pressure's on expectations. If you're talking
Yeah.
about expectations, the expectations are high for Indiana. The expectations are high on that side of the bracket. The expectations are the highest for Indiana because Indiana did go to the playoffs last year. Although they lost in the first round, this year they're expected to go further. A lot of people are picking Indiana to win the whole thing because if you look at it on paper, Indiana next to Ohio State, Indiana has they're the most balanced team. They are balanced. They have an elite offense and they have an elite run game. They have great tight ends and they have an elite defense. They're the total package. Um, and it showed in Indy a couple of weeks ago when they did what they did to Ohio State. And people can say, well, Ohio State ain't really played nobody, but they're still Ohio State. They're still Ohio State. They're loaded with NFL talent, and Indiana shut them down. They shut them down in the Big Ten championship game. And Ohio State was at full strength. That's another thing you got to look at. They were at full strength. Salute to you, D. Santana. Now let me answer this. G. Bama said Georgia will have to score 35 points. That's how the Bama fans be talking. Georgia will have to score 35 points or more to beat Ole Miss. You mean like what we did against a team with a better defense, Texas? We scored 35 points on Texas, a Texas team that has an elite defense, a Texas team that has a reigning, returning, uh, 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 the best linebacker, Anthony Hill Jr. That Texas team, we put 35 points on them. It could have put more on them. If Kirby called the dogs off. So we can score points when we have to. We could have dropped 40 in Atlanta, but Kirby Kirby he called the dogs off. So we can score points. We proven that.
Yeah.
I'm just saying they couldn't beat us with Lane Kiffin. What the hell makes you think they're gonna beat us without Lane Kiffin? But hey, I'm not. Georgia ain't playing today.
It's a,
Ole Miss ain't playing today.
yeah. But the way I was saying about who the
We
pressure
can
really
score
on.
too, G Bama. We outscored them
Yeah.
in a
Yeah.
shootout. Remember that.
But what I'm saying about who the pressure on, yeah, on paper and all the other stuff, yeah, it's on Indiana, right?
Mm,
Bama fans and the boosters, all the thing want Alabama to win. You see where I'm going with it now?
mm.
So although Indiana is favored in that game, pressure really on Alabama. Pressure
Not,
really on
well,
Alabama.
not really. Salute to you, Kenyon. Not really. Not really. There's not no most people. I'm gonna put it like this: the media, the front runner media, like Stephen A. Smith. You'll have Paul Feinbaum. You'll have Heather Dinich. You have Roman Harper. Those are gonna be the ones that'll be like, Bama gonna beat Indiana. Bama gonna beat it. They're gonna feed them a little rat poison. But for the most part, Vegas, the point spread hasn't came out yet for the game. I think it'll come out later on
It's
tonight.
seven. It's seven on
Seven
Indiana.
points. Look,
Indiana,
man.
Indiana give us seven points to Bama. It's seven.
Anybody that's thinking with their brains is gonna have Indiana favored. But anyone that's a fan, a Bama fan, or love Bama or a Saban fan, see, like Stephen A. Smith, he's not really a Bama fan. He's a Saban fan. He loves Saban. Saban, he looks at Bama and he's still in living in the past that Bama is what they were 10 years ago, and they're not. They're not. And come New Year's Day in Pasadena, that's when that's when the heat is gonna turn up because they're gonna see a real team. Salute to you, Kenyon. Salute to you. Kenyon says, "Go Buckeyes." Hey, Kenyon, type in the chat who you want, who you rather see, the Aggies or the Hurricanes. Ohio State fans, most Ohio State fans are saying they want the Canes. They want the Canes because remember at one time, man, Miami and Ohio State had a little rivalry back in the early 2000s, man. So
Yeah.
hey,
But I'm like I said, killing with killing the board, all the coaches stuff, whatever going on right there, and Indiana, and not only by paper and all that, whatever what the video says, whatever. With Indiana, they when it going to that game, they cannot put pressure on themselves. You see what I'm saying?
yeah.
Thinking like, when will we ever get back here again?
Well,
You see what I'm saying?
my thing is, in order for Bama to be in, and I'm not saying they can't, because anybody can turn on look. This is the playoffs. Anything can happen. Records go out the window. But in my opinion, the only way that Bama is going to beat Indiana, Daniel Hill or Jam Miller, somebody in that Bama running, but AK Deer, they're going to have to turn into Derrick Henry. They're going to have to they going to have to put over 100 yards on the ground to beat Indiana. There's no way they're going to be able to beat them one dimensional. That worked on Oklahoma because Oklahoma is one dimensional. Oklahoma's worse than Bama. That offense suck. That offense is cheeks. To be honest with you, look, man. I'm still wondering how the hell they got out of Neyland Stadium with a win. I'm still wondering how the hell they got out of Tuscaloosa with a win. You know, people talking about Tulane and James Madison had no business in the playoffs. Man, Oklahoma had no business in the playoffs. They when I say they overachieved, brother. They overachieved. They had no business there, and it showed last night. Now speaking of overachieving, can Tulane pull off the upset today against Ole Miss and shock the world? Look, man, a few people are saying that Tulane, watch out for the Green Waves. Tulane, hey man, Jake Reslov, and if Jamari McClure, one thing we know about Ole Miss, they're not good against the run. They're not. They do not have a good run defense. If Tulane, if Tulane, if Jamari McClure can put up, let's say, anywhere close to 100 yards on the ground, that's going to be a game. I'm not saying they can win, but that's going to be a game.
Yeah, and the thing is, can Summerall keep Tulane focused? You see what I'm saying? Can the kids keep their mind off? Oh, we gonna have a head coach next year. Can they stay focused in that ball game?
Mm-hmm.
That is gonna be the question. That is gonna be the question. You see what I'm saying? If they go, they stay focused, or they gonna come out there and try to do too much.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? Try to get that playoff win for John Summerall before he leaves. That could backfire. You see what I'm saying? Coming out there to try to do too much. Tulane got to stay in their truth. I think if they stay in their truth, they'll win that ball game.
Let me ask you a
They'll win that
question.
ball.
Let me ask you a question. I'm gonna answer. We have a Texas Tech visitor in the old Texas man, Texas Tech man. Salute to you, brother. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the show. It says Texas Tech scoring defense, third total defense, fifth run defense, first. Hey, look, I'll go back to the prediction that I made and at the selection show. I do think that the Peach Bowl, which will be the semifinal game on that side of the bracket, I do think I do see uh Texas Tech and Indiana on a collision course in the Peach Bowl. I'm definitely seeing that. I think Texas Tech defense is elite, and I think they would give Indiana some issues. Now I don't know if they could beat Indiana because Indiana has so many weapons, but that Texas Tech defense is elite enough to hang with them, definitely. And that's my pick for the
Yeah,
Peach Bowl, bro. That's a
yeah,
semifinal game on the other
yeah.
side of the
That,
bracket, bro. That's the
that,
one I want to see.
yeah. Hey, I've been around with Texas Tech, Indiana for the longest, right? You
Mm-hmm.
know that. And when it comes to that game right there, if if they do wind up me, I'm gonna have a hard choice, bro. I'm gonna have a hard choice.
I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, man. That is going to be a battle right there. That is going to be a battle right there. Texas Tech, Indiana, because you got two up and coming coaches, man. You got McGuire versus Signetti. That's go. But can you imagine, man, two great young up and coming head coaches, man? These two head coaches, now, if they stay with where they are, if Signetti stays in Indiana and McGuire stays at, because remember, McGuire was like the Vince Lombardi of high school coaching in Texas. Remember? That man was winning. That the team that he was coaching was doing what Buford is doing in Georgia. They were winning state championships after state championships after state championships. And finally, they convinced him, hey, move up in the ranks and go coach one of the Texas elite colleges. So he went to Texas Tech, which I am surprised that the A&M didn't get him when they had a chance to get McGuire. But look, man, that right there, that's a collision course waiting to happen in the Peach Bowl here in Atlanta. And hey, I can't wait to see it, bro. We may
Yeah,
have to make a trip down there to Georgia World Congress Center because
yeah,
both of them fan bases are they gonna turn up. Texas
yeah.
Tech and Indiana. Oh yeah.
But did you notice this though? All the teams that beat Auburn this year made the playoff,
Yeah.
and some barely did get by 'em. I just realized I'm like, wait a minute, Texas A&M, Oklahoma, Bama, Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, okay, okay, like I said, Indiana Texas Tech is totally and every stand that crowd,
And the Grove. The
the
Grove.
grow up man. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm thinking of Johnny Madison, but
He- here's the thing. Here's the thing, and I keep telling you, man. All right, that ain't Jordan Hare. That ain't Jordan Hare. That ain't damn. That ain't the Swamp, and that ain't Baton Rouge. All right, those three places, the fans never shut up. Okay, Auburn could be losing by 30 points, and the fans still go, "War Eagle." Florida could be losing by 30 points, and they'll still be down there in the Swamp. You see what I'm saying? When Ole Miss, if Tulane look like they're gonna keep this game close, you're gonna see Ole Miss fans when they turn the camera in their crowd. You're gonna see Ole Miss fans biting their fingernails. That place gonna get quiet. They're gonna get the fans gonna get nervous. I'll tell you, I'll tell you, man, them fans gonna get nervous, bro.
yeah, I,
Look, man, they
right, you're
just
right.
it happens, man. They just like
Yeah,
kneeling. They just like the
yeah.
fans up there kneeling, man.
I'm gonna say this right here. I like the home team, but if 16 and a half points, now if Lane Kiffin was still on that sideline, That 16 and a half point look good.
Mm-hmm.
That 16 and a half look, hey, I give that 16 and a half points away.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And like Kiffle there. Though some of the coaches gave Lane Kiffin gave some of the coaches permission to go back to coach this playoff game, right?
Mm-hmm.
Will that be enough? Some tells me. You know what I told you? I want to take the home teams, right?
Mm-hmm.
Some tells me some way or another Tulane gonna wind up being Ole Miss.
I'm not saying that. I don't think Ole Miss will cover that spread
Nah,
because
nah,
you
they
got
not.
so many. You got so many. Pete Golden. This is his first time ever not coaching a playoff game. This is his first game as a head coach. Period. In college football, that is going to weigh in into the equation. Well, John Summerall is a seasoned veteran head coach. He's young, but this ain't he's coached. He has head coaching experience, way more head coaching experience than Pete Golden. What's gonna happen if they're at the 45-yard line and it's 4th and 1? What is Pete Golden gonna do? Is he gonna do, or what if it's 4th and 2? And Tulane has momentum and they need 2 yards. We know what Lane Kiffin would do in certain situations. It will Pete Golden be able to make those same decisions as a head coach? That's the one thing I'm worried about.
That's what I was talking about. That's exactly what I was saying. Like, yeah, it's one way you live by the sword, you die by the sword. You see what I'm saying? It's this one the game. You don't know which way to go in this one. You see what I'm saying? You don't know which
Mhm.
way to go in this one. So, like I said, if Tulane keep it close and put the pressure on Ole Miss coach to make a pressure decision, and like I said, I get some form of reason I know Tulane probably wind up winning this ball game for some reason. But I'm not going away from my choice of going with the home team. If Tulane wins this ball game, don't be surprised.
I think it's going to be more competitive because remember, this is another thing too. Just like last night, so far what we've learned in the last this past month, that salute to you, Agent Smith. It's hard to beat a team twice. I don't give a damn if it was a blowout in game one. It is hard to beat a team twice. No one has yet to do it yet. No one has been able to beat a team twice so far this season. So we'll see. I'm not saying I'm not picking Tulane to win the game, but I'm saying it's gonna be more competitive than a lot of people think. It ain't gonna be no runaway. It ain't gonna be like the first game. It's gonna be a little bit more competitive than the first game. All right, let's move on to the next one. I didn't have time to use my chat GPT friend this morning. All right, keys to victory for Miami today. D True. Keys to victory, brother. You gotta unmute. Okay, I'm gonna start off. I think he had to step away. Keys to victory for Miami today. Um, they're gonna have to win on 3rd down. They're gonna have to keep the chain. Texas A&M is the best team in the nation in 3rd down defense. And if Miami can keep the chains moving on 3rd downs, that's going to make this game very interesting. The fact that this game is a 12 noon kickoff that plays into Miami, that's an advantage for Miami because it will be 11 a.m. in College Station, where it's 12 noon in Miami, Florida. So um, if this game was at night, I would be all in on the Aggies. But this game being a 12 noon kickoff, 12 noon kickoffs, There's really no advantage for the home team. And remember, let's not forget South Carolina. South Carolina went in there and quieted that crowd down in the first half. And if Miami gets a lead on Texas A&M, if they get a lead, like a 2 touchdown lead, they jump on them early, it's a wrap. Because Miami's defense is too stacked in the trenches for them to be able to come back. Marcel Reed cannot make any mistakes. They're holding on to the ball too long. He cannot do that. He cannot. He ain't gonna be able to hold on to the ball too long. He's gonna have to get rid of the ball. Concepcion and Craver, they're going to have to get separation. They're going to have to get separation on those Miami DBs. Miami got some elite talent on their defense. They do. Mesidor on one side, Ruben Bain on the other. Marcel Reed cannot hold that ball. If it's in a situation where he holds the ball, you see him holding the ball too damn long, or him getting happy feet instead of going through his progressions and start tucking and running the way John Mateer did last night, it will be a wrap. And here's another thing. Miami got two elite receivers that can get into that Texas A&M secondary. CJ Daniels and Malachi Tony. I've been talking about this kid all season long, Malachi Tony. This kid, in my opinion, should have been on the Heisman list. He should have been mentioned for the Heisman for whatever reason. I don't know, but maybe because he's a true freshman, they just, okay. But I think in 2026, because this kid returns punts, kickoffs, and he can blow the top off of any damn secondary. Miami is going to be a problem today. They are going to be a problem today. Now, on the other side, I like your point you just made. Beck hasn't seen anything this year like what he's about to face.
Yeah, that what I just finna that what I just finna say. With Miami, yeah, I'm gonna tell you this right here. With Miami,
Ooh,
what they, yeah,
right.
that's a statement there. That was a statement there.
Yeah, that was
With,
statement there.
hey, with Miami, if Trinidad, not Trinidad, with Marcel Reed, if he do start running out of the get happy feet, start running out of the pack, they better contain him. That's all like I said. They better contain him.
They got the speed to contain. It's gonna be a rock fight, bro, and it may come down to whoever have the ball last or
Yeah,
who have the best kicker.
yeah. And I'm gonna say this right here. This game, Miami, Miami and Texas A&M, two good defenses. Which defense going? Which offense going to make which defense break? That's what it's going to come down to, bro. Which offense going to make which defense break? You see what I'm saying? Cause I'm going to tell you this right here.
Yep.
Carson Beck, Carson Beck, Marcel Reed. Although Carson Beck is not that mobile, he will run the ball every now and then, every blue moon. But he will get frustrated. He will get frustrated. Marcel Reed, he will get frustrated, especially if he hitting his target down the field. So, hey, I'm gonna tell you this right here. Let's take the defenses out. Let's take A&M Miami defense off the table right now. Which quarterback gonna keep their composure?
That's what it's
Can
gonna
Beck?
come down to.
Yeah, yeah. Can Beck keep his composure? If Beck keeps his composure, Miami wins.
Hey, G Bama, I'm aware of that. Moss is a problem, man. But remember what they did to Jeremiah. Remember what Miami defense did to Jeremiah Love and Price. They shut Price and Love down. One thing about it, man, teams ain't really been able to run on Miami. defense this year. If you're going to get them, you got to get them in the air. But what those two losses, I'm going to keep it a buck with you all. Those two losses that Miami had this year was mainly because of turnovers, interceptions. That's what the Aggies going to have to do. They're going to have to scheme up on defense and cause havoc for Carson Beck and force him to throw interceptions. Because you look at Louisville, that's what Louisville did. You look at what SMU did in that overtime game, that's what they did. They disguised the blitz. They confused Carson Beck, and he threw that interception. Other than that, man, Miami, you ain't nobody really, boat race that defense. Ain't nobody really lined up and went at Miami's defense this year.
Yeah, I'm gonna say this right here, and they took my texting him running back and wide receiver. Uh, they got shut down against Auburn. Auburn shut them down. So if Miami take that blueprint, what Auburn did to Texas A&M, uh, 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 to play Texas A&M like Auburn defense played them, and Carson Beck be the Carson Beck we know he can be. Miami wins the ball game.
And another thing too, man, when you look at the two quarterbacks, Carson Beck has played in big games. Carson Beck played in the SEC. Carson Beck has faced some of the best SEC defenses. So this ain't new to him. This ain't like Miami trotting out a quarterback that ain't never been hit by, that ain't never took no hit from an SEC linebacker or SEC defensive tackle or SEC safety. Carson Beck has hella experience. He's a fifth-year senior. Remember, last year he came into the season as a Heisman favorite in a first rounder.
Yeah,
So
and another thing is the question Miami fans got to ask themselves: which Carson Beck going to show up? Just like A&M fans got to ask themselves, which Marcellus Reed going to show up? It gonna come down to both the quarterback. You gonna come back just like I said. The key to victory to Miami and Texas A&M. I'm going to get that out of the way. It's the quarterback. It's the quarterback.
mm-hmm.
Can either one of them quarterback keep their composure?
I'm gonna say this, and then we're gonna move on to keys to victory for A&M. If Beck can if Beck can protect the ball and not throw in and have zero interceptions today, Miami gonna win this game. I'm gonna tell you that right now. The only way the Aggies gonna win this game, they're gonna have to force Beck to make some mistakes. But if Beck plays a mistake-free game, which we've seen him do for Miami and for Georgia, when he's on fire, he is on fire. Remember the Tennessee game last year. He can turn. He Beck is one of those quarterbacks. He can flick that light switch on, bro, and he'll take over a game. So I'm just saying,
Yeah,
man.
yeah,
If
yeah,
he just,
yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Which bet gonna show
yeah,
up?
yeah, yeah. So that's the thing. I look, man. If I'm an Aggies fan, I'm nervous as hell. That was not a good draw. they, well, that was not a good draw, bro, at all. Keys to victory for Texas A&M today. Marcel Reed got to get that ball out of his hand. He cannot hold on to the ball, bro, because them linebackers, them Canes linebackers, Mesidor and Ruben, they are too damn fast. He got throw the damn ball away if you have to. You like gonna do, man. Roll out, act like you finna do something, just throw the damn ball in the stands if you have to. Anything, do not sit there in that pocket holding the ball too damn long and getting sacks and have Miami the Canes flip the field. You cannot do that. You got to get that ball. He got to get that ball out of his hand. Got to.
Yeah, like I said, it's just like Miami. It's down to the bet. Like I said with Texas A&M, it gonna come to Marcel Reed. Which Marcel Reed gonna show up and gonna come down to the quarterback. Marcel Reed, just like you said. Hey, we both on the same page on this one. We both on the same page on
Yeah,
this
we
one.
all are in the chat too. Let me put up G Bama's comment, man. He said Reed needs to be accurate today. He was shaky the last two games. I don't know what the hell happened with South Carolina and Texas. I don't know if he maybe had some injury that they didn't disclose or he was a little banged up, the truth. I don't know what the hell was going on with Marcel Reed, man, but he got to clean that up today, man. He got to be more accurate down the field and he got to get the ball out of his hand. He cannot be hold. You're not going to have time in their pocket to be back there dancing. You're
Mm,
not.
mm. And I'm put it this way: that game that came back in, he got to be that Marcel Reed.
Mm-hmm.
When it came back for 20 something points now, he got to be that Marcel Reed.
I'm gonna be
I
honest
just
with you.
say.
They cannot get in that situation today. The truth. They cannot. Miami's defense is too elite, too strong, too stacked. They're built like Auburn. They're built like Auburn. You
I
ain't
know.
coming back on defenses like that, man. You're
Yeah,
not.
but what I was saying was he got to be that quarterback when he came back for 20 some point now against one of the SEC teams. He got to be that quarterback.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? He got to be that quarterback against Miami. So
He gonna have to flip that. He gonna have to play his best game of the season. Because this is going to be the best defense that he's seen all season. He thought that Texas defense was tough. He ain't seen nothing like what he gonna see today. And same thing for Beck. Beck ain't seen. Notre Dame has an elite defense. Don't get me wrong, but nothing like what Texas A&M got. I'm just saying, man. So, um, quarterback play is going to decide this game. It's definitely going to decide this game, bro.
now, when I see that matchup, I'm gonna tell you when I see that matchup, I already had in my mind like, oh boy, yeah, I already had in my mind the quarterback. I like forget everything else. It gonna be come down to the quarterback.
Exactly. Exactly, man. Okay. Game predictions, man. Uh, James Madison, Oregon. I'm gonna say it like this. I'm gonna say it like this, man. Oregon better not play around with James Madison. Or Oregon better not play around with James Madison, man. They got two elite pass rushers, Sahir West and Xavier Holmes, man. They gotta. I think what Oregon gonna have to come out and go to the ground. They're gonna come out and go to the ground on James Madison, loosen up that defense, and then go to the air and finish them off in the air. But they're gonna have to go to the ground because James Madison got some pass rushes.
Yeah, and another thing with this game right here, we talking about team come from the south going to the cold, right? We say that,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Problem is, James Madison up there in Virginia in the north, it ain't cold up there, and by the ocean and all that stuff, it's cold up there. So
Yeah,
guess
yeah,
what?
it's cold up there.
Guess what? This weather ain't gonna be no problem for James Madison.
They
So
like Harrisburg, Virginia, or something like that.
yeah, yep,
Yeah, man, it's cold as hell up there, man. Remember the championship game, the Sun Belt championship game, man. It was um, it was snowing. They got a penalty because the fans were throwing snowballs.
yeah.
Throwing snowballs at the Troy players. Mm-hmm. So
But
yeah,
yeah, and like I said, Jay, I'm putting like this: if Jay Madison could keep this close, bro, they could put up. I would call it an upset, but Cristobal been here before. I gotta go with the experienced coach. I gotta go with Oregon, bro. I gotta go with I gotta go with the
Dan
experienced
Lanning,
coach.
Dan Lanning.
Lanny,
That's
Lanny,
about yeah,
Lanny.
Dan Lanning ain't won no playoff game though. He ain't won a playoff game. Uh, Out of all the big games that Dan Lanning has coached in, he won the Big Ten against Penn State last year. He beat James Franklin. Yeah. You going with Oregon? I'm going with Oregon too. Um, but Oregon they got to go out there and put them away early. You can't play around with them because remember they have 1,000 yard rusher, Wayne Knight and Alonzo Barnett. He can kill you in the air. He can kill you on the ground. All right, Tulane and Ole Miss.
I'm gonna I don't I don't feel like Ole Miss gonna cover the point spread, but I feel like they're gonna win this ball game. Cause I think Ole Miss gonna come out there to prove they can win without Lane Kiffin. I'm going to Ole Miss.
And I'm gonna have to agree with you, brother. I think Ole Miss will win, but it's gonna be closer. Like the great Lee Corso used to say, it's gonna be closer than the experts think. Oh yeah, it's gonna be a little drama down there in Oxford, but I think Ole Miss will pull it off. I really do. I think Ole Miss will pull it off. Now the main event of the day, they kick off in 15 minutes, brother. Woo! I know you've been going back and forth this week on your pick. I've been going back and forth this week on my pick, man. I'm telling you that out of all the games, this was the toughest one to pick right here, man. I'm gonna let you do the honors first.
Well, I'm gonna go say this right here. The 12th man at Texas A&M, Miami hasn't. What SEC school has Miami played South Florida, which they had Florida at home? Am I right? They had Florida at home. Now they got to go on the road to College Station, the 12th man, and they starting to learn not to shut up with their team down. And that I got to go with that defense. And I think Marcel Reed going to have one of them games that that he gonna be one of them unconscious game. And I think Carson Beck gonna feel the pressure because the pressure on him. It's the pressure on Carson Beck to make things happen for Miami. I think Carson Beck gonna wind up trying to do too much. I'm going to Aggies.
225 girl said something earlier that kind of got me a little. I was all ready to pick the Aggies, man. But 225 girl said something a little earlier, man. That kind of gave me a little pause. Maybe sit back and pause for a minute. She said the Aggies, the SEC schedule they played this year, bro. They were not challenged. They didn't see Bama. They didn't see Georgia. They didn't see Oklahoma. They didn't see Ole Miss. They didn't see Vanderbilt or Tennessee. They didn't see any of the big boys on that side of the SEC. You know, the only really challenges they seen was Auburn and Texas in Texas. That was it. They almost should have lost to South Carolina. I just cannot get past that South Carolina game, man, and that Texas game. And I think Miami has a better team, pound for pound, and they got players that they brought in out of the transfer portal that played in the SEC, like CJ Daniels. He played at LSU. Carson Beck played at Georgia. Couple of them defensive players, man, they played at Florida. One played at A&M. So
But you got to look at
and
this.
and
Who did
and they got
but who did Miami really
listen.
play? You got to look at that
They,
question too.
they play Notre Dame. Notre Dame. Notre Dame is Notre Dame is a elite team, bro. I know they didn't make the damn playoffs, but I'm gonna tell you like this: if Notre
First of the year.
Dame, if Notre Dame would have played, if Notre Dame would have played Bama last night, I think that game would have been a lot more competitive. If Notre Dame was playing Oregon instead of James Madison, uh, people would be Vegas would be picking differently. If Notre Dame was scheduled to play Ole Miss instead of Tulane, I think that would be a more competitive game. Beating Notre Dame is something good to have on your resume. So let's not let's not act like they ain't beat nobody now. A&M's best win is against who? I'll wait.
Well, yeah,
Who will Texas A&M best win?
yeah.
Against Notre
But with
Dame, right? Against
yeah,
Notre Dame.
but
I know what I mean. You can't say what when I said it other now. Come on now.
but think about it. Where did Miami play Man Notre Dame first of the year? You see what I'm saying? That's the difference.
Aggies played them first of the year too.
Yeah. But the thing is, I look like this right here. Hey, would you take a chance on you G 225 girl know how Carson Beck is. The high pressure ball game.
Marcel
You see
Reed
what
can
I'm
fold too, brother. He
Yeah.
folded
But
against Texas 2 years
yeah.
ago. He folded against South Carolina in the first half. He folded against y'all. He folded against y'all, bro. That defense bailed them out against Auburn. You know
And
that.
that you know what? And that's why I go over Texas. I ain't worried about the offense. It's that defense. That defense gonna rattle Carson
Miami,
back.
Miami got
Man,
defense too,
hey,
brother. Miami got
yeah,
defense. They got
yeah, they
defense,
got
bro.
defense. But like I said, who have Miami defense really actually played? That's worth for quarterback and running back. The way I receiver.
Now, G Bama, you make a good point. Mario is not he's not trustworthy in big games. He has that Mark Richt syndrome. You know, we in big games, Mark Richt, James Franklin, Marv Levy, you can name some more in big games. They fold like a tent. But you can also say the same thing about Mike Elko. 2 years in a row. Last year, all he had to do was beat Texas, and he could have went to Atlanta. What happened? He folded. This year, all he had to do was beat Texas, go to Atlanta, get a bye in the playoffs, a guaranteed bye in the playoffs. What happened? He folds. You can say the same thing about Mike Elko, G Bama. So yeah, I'm just saying, they are neck and neck all across the board, bro. They are neck and neck all across the board. I'm just saying, Miami got that same mentality that Bama had last night, that us against the world mentality. When you have that mindset where people, the vast majority has been hating and saying, put it like this: who do you think Ohio State would rather face in the Cotton Bowl? Asking, I'm gonna tell you like this, D. True. You listening? You listening?
I'm still here.
me, me, me and the wife it was watching the game together last night, and we got to talking about today's game. And when I brought up Texas A&M, she sounded very, very confident. But when I brought up Miami, I, I sense a little doubt in her voice. Ohio State, Ohio State fans don't want to see Miami, man. Ask any Ohio State fan. If they were honest, they would tell you they would rather see the Aggies instead of Miami. I'm telling you, man, that same mindset that Bama has right now, that us against the world, me against the world mentality, Miami got that same damn mindset, bro.
And,
And you,
but I'm gonna say this right here. See, and you know, so Ohio State fans might say that out loud, and let's say Texas do want to be Miami. If they would text they man like, oh, so y'all just gonna overlook us. So we're gonna show you something. You see what I'm saying? So I'd be careful with that right there. But hey, it gonna be a good one. It
I
gonna be a good
just,
one.
I'm
But
just,
I'm taking it.
I just smell a upset, bro. I smell a upset. I could be wrong, but I said out of the three games, you're gonna have one upset today, and I think this is it right here. I think this is it. I think the Canes gonna go in there and shock the world. And look, you gonna remember now. Michael Irvin lives in Texas. He gonna be there. Warren Sapp them gonna be there. All that whole old school Miami Hurricane. That school, they gonna be there on the sideline. They gonna be there. All of them. Ed Reed, all of them gonna be there, bro. They gonna all of them gonna be there, bro. Jonathan Vilma, all of them gonna be on the sideline, bro. I'm telling you, man.
I'm gonna say this right here. I'm gonna say this right here. Barry might think Barry by point spread, man might be the underdog, right? But I'm gonna tell you this right here. Guess who also could claim, oh, we underdog, even though they at home. A&M. Feel like they an underdog. You feel
They
where I'm
are
going
not
with it?
the underdog. They are not the
I know that.
underdog, man.
I know that. I know that. I'm speaking as from a player point of view. Texas A&M, Miami. Which schools is the bigger name? Miami. Texas A&M might be playing at College Station. They might feel like they
Yeah,
the underdog. It's,
but okay, but my thing is, man, every majority, I ain't saying everybody, but the vast majority of people are picking the Aggies. They're picking the Aggies based on Miami losing to Louisville and losing to SMU. But what a lot of people got to remember is SMU finished with what, 8 wins? Louisville finished with what, 9 wins? These are not no woolly poop teams, bro. These teams were actually good that Miami lost to, bro. And
yeah.
they also looking at the fact that Miami didn't play for a conference championship, which is, I can understand that argument, man. But we all know at the end of the day, bro, in real life, Miami was the clear cut head and shoulders best team in the ACC this year, and it wasn't even damn close.
But we hey, Miami need to see that Duke team thank you card. That's what they need to do. Go, hey man, I'm going to go ahead
Yeah,
and send
yeah.
send Duke the whole Duke coaching staff and their team a coaching a thank you letter.
And Texas Tech.
Yeah,
And Texas Tech. Because I'm telling you, man, if that game would have been close like I thought it was going to be, like an overtime thriller in Dallas in that Big 12 championship game, they would have put BYU in there. It would have been BYU and Bama. Miami would have been out.
yeah. So they need to send two thank you letters, Texas Tech and Duke. So, like I said, I look at these two compared to these other teams that's in here. These are two underdog teams of the whole playoff right here.
No,
So
no.
either way you go,
Bama and Miami, Bama, Miami, and Oklahoma. Were as far as like Power Four teams in the playoffs, Bama, Miami,
hmm
Oklahoma were the underdogs. I mean, the long shot underdogs. Uh, James Madison, Tulane, they're long shots. They're long shots.
yeah,
But I do think Tulane will make it a little interesting. They'll make it a little interesting. But G Bama, you banking on Cristobal messing up, bro. But I'm telling you, man, Mike Elko ain't in big games too, bro. He has folded. He has folded in big games, man. He's folded in big games. Yeah.
yeah, you're right. You're right about that. But
All right.
hey, cut out the coaches and the quarterback in this game.
Yes, sir. Yes, that's what. Yep. Yeah, I'm telling you, man, because everything else that we've talked about, remember, you think about it, man. We spent more time on Miami, Texas A&M than we have on anyone else
Yeah,
because they are so similar. They are like mirror images of each other. The only difference is, man, that I give Miami the edge. They have the more experienced quarterback. They have a quarterback that has played in big games. They have a quarterback, man, that went undefeated in the SEC
Yeah,
and one
yeah,
and back in 2023, bro. You
yeah,
cannot
yeah.
poo that. You can't.
No, you can't. It's just like we said. Which one of them two quarterback gonna show up for either team? Which of them two coaches gonna show up for either team? That is the question. That we're gonna find out. So I'm gonna have to give
Last night, got to give out one last night, get in, give out one today. Your helmet sticker prediction.
if I had but stick a predict for last night, I'm gonna have to go to that sorry got the punter and kicker for Oklahoma
They
for
was
helping out.
terrible. Why are you giving them a helmet sticker?
Listen, let me finish. You sure they ain't have on that crimson jersey last night?
In this day, in with all this money floating around, bro. Hey man, with all this
Now you see where
money
I went with
floating
that, don't you?
around, and you got people stealing signs and cheating, you never know, man. But I see what you did there. You giving the helmet sticker to the Oklahoma special teams. Um, my helmet sticker on the serious note, my helmet sticker goes to a coach. And I think he's been underrated. I think he's been treated unfairly by the Tide fans. And I think he would make if if the board decides to go elsewhere, I think this coach that's on Bama's staff right now should be given strong consideration for the head coaching job to be the next man up. K. Womack. K.
Yeah,
Womack's
he called a hell
defense.
of a he called a hell of a game last night.
He's been doing it all season. He's been doing it all season. K. Womack is right now, in my opinion, is one of the best defensive coordinators in the nation. I said this back in September after Bama beat us. That K. Womack is underrated as a coordinator, and he needs to be given more. They need to put some respect on that man's name. You Tide fans need to put some damn respect on K. Womack. Because that man called a hell of a game last night. Made that decision to go man, to come out of zone and go man. And I'm telling you, bro, that made a huge difference. K. Womack gets my helmet sticker. Now, your helmet sticker prediction for today. The truth. This I gotta hear. You gotta unmute.
Boy, this is between these games right here. Uh say real. I'm giving my hip still gonna go to Marcellus Reed today. He gonna go off. He gonna go off against Miami. He gonna go off against Miami. That's who I'm giving it to today. He gonna go off against Miami.
Hey, this may sound crazy. I don't know why I woke up feeling this way, but I think my helmet sticker is gonna go to Carson Beck. I think this is gonna be that game where Carson Beck earns back his the respect that he had in 2023 and the respect that he had going in the last season. I think this is gonna be the game where he earns back his respect and his draft status. If he can pull this off today on the road in College Station, his draft status is gonna skyrocket. And I've seen when he was at Georgia, there were when he was off, he was off. But damn it, when he was on, he was on. There were games. Remember the Ole Miss game in 2023, the Tennessee game last year. There were games that when Beck was on, he was hard as hell to beat. Carson Beck is gonna get that. That's my prediction for the helmet sticker today. I
Yeah,
could be wrong, but that's
yeah.
just hey man, hard to beat experience.
Yeah, and I'm gonna say this for really with this game, get ready to come on. Uh, who gonna give which quarterbacks some help today on offense? That is the question. Who gonna give them some help today? We gotta see. Hey, I can't wait to see this though. I can't wait to see this. But hey, you seen that brutal schedule from 2026 on to 2032 that I sent you, right? Boy,
Hmm.
Auburn got a brutal schedule coming in the future. Boy, they got a brutal schedule. God Almighty.
And, I think everybody got hit. I think everybody got hit, man. The the only thing I like, the only good thing about our schedule is the road games are spread it out this time, unlike the way Sankey did us 2 years ago, where he had us, playing back to back road games against Texas, and then had to turn around and go down and play in the Grove and play Ole Miss. So yeah, but yeah, I glanced at him. It ain't that bad. It ain't that bad. Bama's, woo, woo.
Hey, but you know what? I'm glad. I'm glad we finally got Notre Dame on our schedule.
Man, let me tell you something. Don't look. By that time, Notre Dame will be in a conference. That's my prediction. Notre Dame is getting ready to join a conference because what happened this year, it ain't happening. They're not going to allow that to happen again. And them not being able to have a bye in the playoffs because they're not in the conference, they're gonna have to join the conference. And I think they'll work out something with NBC where they can hold on to their NBC deal, and still be a part of a conference. I think the
Yeah,
ACC or the Big 12 would be the best route. Big 12 maybe because the Big 12, it seems like that commissioner don't mind playing ball down there. He don't mind
yeah.
playing ball. So give me a bold prediction.
Uh, although I chose Oregon to win this game, this might be the upset game be the upset game of the night. James Madison beat Oregon. Although I did
What?
choose Oregon, don't be surprised. James Madison go to Eugene and upset Oregon.
Let me tell you something, bro. If that happens, I'm gonna personally drive to Decatur and demand you to get on a flight to Vegas. And go and take your head to a casino in Vegas, bro. I'm serious, man, because you have been good for the last 10 years when it comes to picking upsets. You have been on point, bro. So if that happens, man, you got to go to Vegas. I'm gonna make you go to Vegas. You going to
Hey,
Vegas, bro?
for everybody out there thinking James Madison just have to be in the playoff. Nope, they not just have to be in the
Oh
playoff.
hell no, hell no.
They cover. Hey, they cover. Look, Oregon is not the same Oregon team of what 2, 3, 4 years ago. This ain't the same Oregon team.
Mm-hmm.
Although I only not chose Oregon because they at home and the coach got big game experience. Although he ain't won a big game, that what actually gave me a pause on the game. But don't be surprised, Jay Madison. Like I said, Jay Madison keep this game close throughout. They could pull up the upset. So Jay Madison probably pull up the upset. So what's your
Man,
bold prediction?
they yeah. Just to piggyback off what you said, yeah, they're gonna have to watch out for Wayne Knight and Alonzo Barnett. They can be a problem if you're not careful with them. My bold prediction, like I said, my bold prediction, Carson Beck is gonna go off. I think Carson Beck is gonna turn up. He has the better receivers, in my opinion. CJ Daniels and Malachi Tony. He's gonna turn up, and And I got one more bold prediction, and this ain't got nothing to do with college football. This has got something everything to do with the NFL. That comeback win that Buffalo had against the New England Patriots, I'm gonna make a huge bold prediction right now. The Buffalo Bills will win the AFC. They will get back to the Super Bowl for the first time in what 31 years,
Are they
and
gonna win it?
this time they gonna win it. The Buffalo Bills. That's my pick to win the Super Bowl this year.
Ooh, that's a big ball one right there, my brother. That's a big ball one right there. Hey, look, when you said Buffalo finally get that four game losing streak in the Super Bowl
They
off
gonna
their
end it.
back,
They gonna get
they're
it.
gonna
They
get it.
gonna end it. They gonna end it this year. They gonna end it this year. And let me add a little twist to it. Is Minnesota still in the playoff running?
Hold on, let me check. Let me check. Hold on. Let me check. Hold on. No, they eliminated.
Okay. All right. Well, that ruins that novelty right there.
Hey, I'm finna make that bold prediction right here. Buffalo and Denver gonna play for the AFC Championship game to go to the Super Bowl.
Ooh. Buffalo and Denver.
Yeah.
Ooh. Okay. Okay. Well, hey, ladies and gentlemen, we normally don't talk NFL today, but I just had to get that one out because that
Hey,
comeback,
who they gonna play in the NFC? Who they gonna play for the Super Bowl? The NFC to beat for the Super Bowl?
that NFC is all over the place right now, man. If I would have to pick somebody, man, the Rams or the Seahawks could be it. Uh, you never know. I think, man, you're gonna have a surprise team to come out in the NFC that we ain't even talking about. Don't sleep on Carolina. Do not
Yeah,
sleep on Carolina because Carolina is built to beat anybody, anybody this year.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
hey, man, we gonna talk some NFL this. We gonna talk some
Hey,
NFL this year.
hear my bold prediction. Chicago goes to the NFC Championship game.
Now that right there, that would be now that right there would be a hell of a Super Bowl. Chicago and Buffalo. That would be a hell of a Super Bowl. And although the Bears got one, it's been, man, since 19 you talking about 40 years since the Bears won a Super Bowl, and that fan base is hungry for another Super Bowl title because a lot of the people that got a chance to enjoy it back then, hell, they gone. There are a lot of people that were in the stands in Soldier Field watching Jim McMahon and Walter Payton and Willie Galt and all of them and that Bears defense, Mike Singletary and all of them. A lot of them people, man, they are either gone or too old to remember them days, man. So hey, that would be a hell of a Super Bowl. You talking about two, two, two damn good fan bases, man. Two fan bases that I have the utmost respect for. Buffalo, when Buffalo come to the Bends to play my Falcons, them fans come, they travel. When the Bears come to Atlanta to play the Falcons, them fans travel. So I have the utmost respect for both fan bases, man. And on that note, we're gonna get ready to get on up out of here, man, and let you go ahead with your last minute thoughts, your final thoughts.
My final thoughts is everybody that college football is a new landscape, and I will be doing some basketball shows on my channel. Some NBAs when the season get on down the road, and when all the conference start the conference play, then and I'm gonna say this right here: this is the years of transfers and NIL. That don't mean your team cannot get no other players for the transfer portal to bring to their team, whatever. Like like my team. It's a whole lot that because they enter their name in the transfer portal don't mean they're going to transfer. So just sit back, relax, enjoy the rest of the season.
And when it comes, hey, I'm gonna say this: when it comes to March, I look, man. I've watched some college basketball this year, man. One team, in my opinion, man, that's just on another level, and that's that damn Duke team. They are gonna be a problem come March. They are gonna be a problem. That Boozer kid, hey man, hey man, I ain't seen nothing like him since Anthony Davis was at Kentucky.
You
I'm
know who his
serious.
dad is, don't you? You know who his dad is, don't you?
Carlos Boozer.
Yeah,
Yeah, Carlos Boozer.
he was a
Carlos.
monster doggone self at Duke.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. He could beat you in many ways. He could beat you under the goal. He had a jumper. That he could, and he was a hell of a rebounder. So I'm looking forward to this college basketball season, man. It's gonna be interesting, very competitive all across the board, man. But I think that Duke team, bro, that's a hey, hey man, that Duke team just loaded, bro. They are loaded this year, man. But hey, we'll see. We'll see, man. My final thoughts, man. Hey, look. Thank you all for coming out this morning. Hell of a morning show. I wanted to do a 10:30 to 10:30 a.m. start because it's only maybe a couple of games that we were going to discuss, and then also we were going to discuss last night's game. But hey, let's get ready to enjoy the ride. We in day two, the final day of the first round college football playoffs. After this, we head into the quarterfinals, the bowl games. We already got a matchup, Indiana and Bama in the Rose Bowl. We'll see the winner of this game faces the reigning defending national champion, the Ohio State Buckeyes. Buckeye fans, who you want? Who you want to see? Do you want to see the Canes or do you want to see the Aggies? And then in the game this evening, the winner of Ole Miss and Tulane will go on to the Sugar Bowl down in NOLA and play my Georgia Bulldogs. And the nightcap tonight, James Madison, Oregon. The winner goes to Miami to the Orange Bowl to play those Texas Tech Raiders, Red Raiders. So everyone, thank you all for coming out. Make sure you smash that like button. It's free. Don't cost you a thing to smash that like button. Like, share, and subscribe this video. If you haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe to the channel. We're going to bring you great, great content, sports content on this channel. Salute to everyone. Thank you all. Take care of yourselves and each other. Enjoy your holiday shopping. I know a lot of you are going to be out doing your last minute Christmas shopping. Be safe out there. This is a wonderful time of the year, but it's also the most dangerous time of the year. It brings out fools, unfortunately. So please be aware of your surroundings. Stay prayed up and stay blessed, everyone. And one last thing, like I always say, no matter what, win, lose, or draw, it's always going to be go dogs. Sick 'em. Woo, 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 woo. All right, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your college football Saturday. We got a slobber knocker starting off right now, going on right now as we speak. Texas
Texas A&M,
A&M.
it was just driving. Texas A&M was driving.
The Aggies are driving right now, so I'm going to get ready to hop on off. We finna hop on off and go enjoy this game. So everybody, get your popcorn ready. See you all later on tonight.